Bad Sandwich by Dan Thompson and Jim Eaton. Episode 6, Decline and Fall. The year is 410 AD, and the mighty Roman Empire is on the brink of collapse. Following the failed negotiations between the Emperor Honorius and the invading King Alaric, hordes of barbarians are making ready to sack the Eternal City. Goths, Visigoths, Huns, and Roofers are hammering at the gates. Pandemonium beckons, the end of a mighty civilization, and two of Rome's citizens prepare themselves for the sword.
Alright, Decius.
Alright, Publius, what you having?
What have you got?
I've got wine and, wine.
Which would you recommend?
Probably the wine.
Got any olive oil?
Nah, I'd have to change the amphora.
Aye, alright, just give me a wine.
Alright you are then. A goblet of Old Tiger Bastard coming right up. Get you anything to eat?
Oh, don't tell me you've started doing food as well. I thought this was supposed to be a tabernus.
It's a gastro-tabernus. It's all the rage in Constantinople.
Oh, don't give me bloody Constantinople.
What's wrong with Constantinople?
Sounds like a cough syrup. They think they're better than us Romans do them Constantinoplians.
No, I don't think that's a word.
Fine. What have you got?
No, just finger food really.
Like what?
Well, you know, monkey fingers, mouse fingers, fish fingers.
Yeah, I'm not really into that posh stuff.
Oh, we should try the special then. It's the bee's knees.
What is it?
Bee's knees.
Yeah, I'll stick to the wine, thanks. Cool, I tell you, it's murder out there.
Raining, is it?
No, just the murder. Goths are only sacking the bloody city, aren't they?
Well, Ostrogoths or Visigoths.
I mean, they're all basically the same, aren't they?
Well, that's an oversimplification.
Who said that?
Oh, it's an Invisigoth. You stay out of this.
Sorry.
God, this empire's gone to the dogs, hasn't it?
Excuse me, do you have any board games here?
A table at the back.
Cheers.
Bloody board games in a tabernus? Are you kidding me?
Look, it's all the rage.
Constantinople, I bet it is.
Well, it's good for the young crowd. We got all the new ones, you know, Trivial Crucifixion, Legionnaires of Catan.
What happened to proper old-fashioned tabernus games like Knucklebones or Stabbing?
Oh, people don't want that old-fashioned crap anymore. They want family-orientated, multi-sensory experiences.
Sorry, mate, I can't find the Christian in the throw the axe at the Christian box.
Oh, we are keeping behind the bar. People kept nicking him. Here you go. Oh, no! Another.
Cheers.
Yeah, try this one. It's a wheat wine.
Ooh, what's it called?
Russell's Crowe.
Not bad.
How's your boy doing?
Quinners? Don't know he's been born.
I thought he was going to fight against the barbarian invasion.
Wants to do a gap year in Athens, doesn't he?
He doesn't.
He does. I couldn't believe it when he told me.
Oh, what did you say to him?
I said, look it, your grandfather did not die on a battlefield so that you could sit around learning about triangles.
What did he die for?
I mean, I don't remember, but that's not the point.
No, you can't be expected to keep up with what everyone's dying for all the time.
Exactly. My point is that he died for whatever it was that he believed in.
Or his boss believed in.
Or his boss believed in. And I'm not going to have my son disgracing the vague memories we have of whatever that cause was just because he wants to learn maths.
My boy's the same. He's always complaining about how hard his life is, how he can't get on the property ladder.
Typical.
XXV years old and he still lives at home. I've told him he needs to save up for a deposit on a villa, but he says he can't.
What's his excuse?
Oh, the Huns keep stealing it.
Oh, it's always the bloody Huns with that generation. Never shut up about the bloody Huns.
That's what I told him. I had my own villa by the time I was XXIII and never once had a problem with the Huns. And you know why?
Because they were just a loose confederation of nomadic tribes living on the Asian plateau back then?
No, because of hard work. I said, you want to stop the Huns burning down your village every season? Learn to change the wheel on a chariot.
What did he say?
Oh, he just kept screaming about the arrow in his neck.
Typical 4th centurial. I never had an arrow in my neck when I was that age.
Yeah, exactly. And then they had the nerve to try and blame it on us for dismantling the German buffer state.
The cheek of it.
I keep telling him, constant ravaging of the Central Empire by unstoppable barbarian hordes is a tiny price to pay for the increased freedoms that we enjoy by not being tied to Germany.
Oh, I tell you what, if young people did a little less moaning and showed a little bit more massacre at the Teutoburg Forest spirit, then this empire could solve its problems overnight.
Yeah, absolutely. I never heard anyone complaining back then, and why not?
Because they've been massacred.
No, because they knew how to pull together. And because they've been massacred, yes.
Typical.
I'll tell you what though, it is hard for him to find work these days, what with, them lot coming over here and taking all the jobs.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you know the ones. Come over here in overcrowded boats, all cram into one house, take all the jobs.
Yeah, slaves.
Yeah, that's the ones. How's an hard-working Roman supposed to get by with them around? I mean, I'm not racist. I've got a slave myself. I just wish sometimes that they'd go back to slave-donia is all.
You're not racist to think that. That's the trouble today. There is far too much political
Instability.
correctness. My problem, right, is integration. I don't mind them coming over here, but the least they can do is learn Latin.
Absolutely.
I was at the arena the other day watching a bunch of them getting fed to the lions, and I swear I went the whole show without hearing only one conjugated imperative subjunctive.
Outrageous.
Outrageousimus.
Nice superlative.
Thank you.
Trouble is the schools. They only want to teach about the bad bits of the old days. I mean, say what you like about Nero crucifying hundreds of people and then setting fire to them to use as torches.
But at least it meant we had proper street lighting. I'm totally with you on that. You tried reading a tablet with one of them new energy-saving crucifixions. Can't see a thing.
Useless.
I'll tell you what, I will have a bit of food actually. Give me some of the monkey fingers.
Here you go.
What is that?
Monkey fingers.
No, I can see that. What's it sitting on?
It's served on a hypercourse tile.
What's wrong with a plate?
Oh, plates are 3rd century. We serve everything on broken bits of pottery now.
Why?
It's all the raging.
Yeah, alright, I get it.
It's going to confuse the hell out of archaeologists, I can tell you.
Look, have you got anything that's not served on bits of clay?
Lark's tongues on a column?
Doric or Corinthian?
Ionic.
Yeah, I'll pass. Most columns that people think are ionic columns are actually just coincidences.
I don't get it.
I did.
Are you still here?
Yeah, sorry.
Of course, you know what the real problem is, isn't it? People don't buy Roman anymore.
Oh, definitely. No patriotism.
It's out of control. I was at the market next to the old shrine to whatever our version of the Greek god of horses is, and could you find a Roman olive? Could you, Eck? I'm telling you, if people just bought local, we could stop pandering to other nations and show a little bit of backbone.
Oh, that'll be the day.
I'm serious. We need a little less hand-wringing, a little bit more trireme diplomacy in this empire. None of this, let's be nice to the Sassanid Empire so that they keep selling us spices. If we had an army, we could march it straight over there, say, oi, give us those spices, and I think we both know what would happen.
Yeah, our legions would be rooted out by the cataphracts.
Oh, not the bloody cataphract argument.
I happen to believe the cataphract argument.
You've been paying too much attention to the mainstream mosaics. No such thing as cataphracts. They're a hoax made up to support the government.
Where'd you hear that?
Mad bloke screamed it in the street.
Well, it does sound pretty compelling.
I know, right? I mean, why would he be yelling it at strangers if it wasn't true?
Yeah, good point. Well, you'll be pleased to know that there's no foreign muck served here. All good, honest Roman.
Good to hear. How much do I owe you for this, by the way?
5 denarii each.
5 denarii for a goblet?
It's a 2/3 goblet, actually. That's how we serve it now.
That's ridiculous.
It's craft wine.
It's bloody crafty wine is what it is.
It's a sign of the times, mate. Here, have one on the villa.
Nah, best be off. Traffic coming in was awful. Everyone blocking the roads trying to leave the city, fools.
Yeah. More things change, eh? See you later, Publius.
See you, Decius. Mind the sacking.
Yeah, and you.
Can I have some crisps?
Quiet, you.
Decline and Fall was written and recorded by Dan Thompson and Jim Eaton. It starred Dan Thompson as Publius, Jim Eaton as Decius, with additional voices by Dan and Jim, those guys. Music was by bensounds.com and purpleplanet.com. This was a bad sandwich production for Emperor Publianus. Anus.